So this is happening. Yeah. So it's been officially announced that New Line Cinema has... they have announced that they're going to be doing a remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. Yep, we're getting yet another remake after, 5 years after... Well, not 5 years, depending on when this film comes out. I think 2017. So yeah, 7 years after the last film, we're getting another reboot. How wonderful. Now, look, I don't hate the remake as much as most... It's shit, don't get me wrong, it's a bad film. But there are some good nuggets in there, like Jackie Earle Haley. I think Jackie Earle Haley would have been a great Freddy Krueger. I mean, yeah, you can't top Robert Englund, because it's Robert fucking Englund, but still... Jackie Earle Haley would have been great as his own Freddy Krueger if he got if he had a, stronger script to him. I will admit, yeah, the remake's pretty bad, but I'll watch it. It's the same thing with, like, the Friday the 13th film, the Friday the 13th remake. It's a bad film, but I can still watch it and have fun with it. It's kind of like with the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. I can watch it and openly admit it's a terrible film, but I can have, as long as you give me something good to watch. Like, if I'm like at home doing nothing, I'm like, oh, Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Let's watch that. That'll be good background noise. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So, they haven't really announced a cast or director or producer or whatever. I don't think Platinum Dunes, the company that Michael Bay is part of, is going to be part of this. So that's a glimmering sign, but again, I'm not really putting a lot of stock here. So, with that being said, what do I think of this film? And wait, I forgot to mention they have announced a screenwriter for the film. David Leslie Johnson, whose writing credit includes Orphan. Okay, Orphan's not a bad horror film. It's watchable. Red Riding Hood, or as I like to call it, Twilight Part 2, or Diet Twilight. No, really, it's Diet Twilight. It is... Oh, well, the director of Twilight's there, so I guess that's no mistake. Wrath of the Titans. Yeah. That film. The Walking Dead. I don't know the episodes he was on, but he was on Season 2. And he will be writing The Conjuring 2, as well as the Dungeons & Dragons film. How wonderful. I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound bitchy, I don't mean to bitch and moan, but yeah, in a world where we live in, like, a good majority of films are going to be remade, like, once a year, you're going to see about 1 or 2 remakes, 3 at most, each year. I think we're pretty much numb to this. And after the first time around, I don't have a lot of faith in this. Now, is there a chance this remake could be good? Oh yeah, I'd really like it to be good. I would like to see a good remake. Now, granted, do I want a remake that could trump the original film? I'm not hoping for that, but if you can do it, then, good on ya. Yeah. But, no, I want a film that is just a good remake, as well as something I'd be like, oh yeah, that was a good remake. You held true to what the... don't make, random homages to the film. I think that's the thing a lot of people think when they do remakes and they what they pretty much do is, when it's like, oh, it kept true to the film, is when they just spout random lines. That didn't work for Terminator Genisys, and it didn't work for some other films that just spouted out random lines. What I want is, keep the original theme to the film. That psychosomatic horror, that just, that whole play with the dream world kind of thing. Also get better CGI effects. Anyway, another thing I want is that, how about you do, a soft reboot film? How about you do a film how about instead of you have Nancy in the film, how about instead you have, pretty much, what was I going to say? You have somebody else. Don't do a remake of Freddy's Revenge. No, don't do Freddy's Revenge. No. Oh man, that is a bad film. Anyway. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, how about just have another, you can still tell, you can make it kind of a soft reboot where you have a different set of people being hunted by Freddy, and you can kind of correlate to the original films. Kind of make it like, actually, what would be a good idea? Instead of a reboot, how about you do something along the lines of Predators, where it's its own standalone film, but but you can put it in the same continuity as the original films. That's what Predators did. That's what, some other I'm just using Predators as a good example of it, of that kind of storytelling where you can make this you can make this its own film, but at the same time it has callbacks, and you could put it in the same continuity as the films it predates, like a soft reboot. Well, I wouldn't even call Predators a reboot, really. Now that I wouldn't call it that, but maybe that's what New Line Cinema will probably do. Is that's what I'm hoping they should do. Is just say oh, it's not really a reboot. It's more like it's a standalone film all on its own, but it has callbacks to the original continuity. But you can watch it without watching the original continuity. Do something like that. That's what I really want. But I know in my heart I'm not going to get that. So let's move on. So who would I want to play Freddy Krueger in a new film? I know in my Nightmare on Elm Street Q&A I talked about Andy Serkis would make an interesting Freddy Krueger. I think he could play like an older, haggard Freddy Krueger. But I've actually been watching a lot of fan films of Freddy Krueger, and what I mean is has anyone seen Blinky 5000's channel? They do some really freaking awesome fan films pertaining to a lot of characters. Like, they did some really great Michael Myers, and, they also did a really excellent one called The Nightmare Ends on Halloween, and there was a sequel to that, and it was really good. And there's an actor there. They have an actor who is usually used for Freddy Krueger in all of their Nightmare on Elm Street fan films, and he is amazing. I cannot remember that actor's name, but if you've ever seen Blinky 5000's channel, and you see those films, he is awesome. He has the inflections, the hand, he just moves like Robert Englund did in the first few Nightmare on Elm Street. Got tongue tied there. He just kind of moves like that. So if you can get that guy to play Freddy, I'd be fine with it. I'd be like, okay, he's relatively unknown, but he has, if you've ever seen those fan films, I would say get that guy. If you want to go by, current actors, actual actors, I don't know, because it's really hard to play Freddy Krueger, and, I don't know, you need a really disturbing character. You just need somebody just really who can be disturbing. I'm not saying, get Cumberbatch or something, because I don't think Cumberbatch, while he has, a big villainous voice, I don't think it would match up with Freddy. Shit. I don't know. It's really hard to cast Freddy because, not just because, there's only one Freddy and it's Robert Englund. No, I'm not saying that at all. Because, like I said, I like Jackie Earle Haley's Freddy. It's just really hard to cast him, to find someone who can have that kind of sick humor and really play with it. So, will I go see this? Maybe, maybe not. This film hasn't even been announced. I don't even think it has a date yet. Someone said 2017, which, alright, okay. But I don't know. I'm not putting a lot of faith in this, you know what I mean? But I do want to have some hope. Maybe the second time around, it'll be better. That's all I hope, is that I want a film that makes me go, yeah, that was good. That's what I want at the end of the day, people. Just a film that makes me go, yeah, that was good. Anyway, so you guys tell me, what do you guys think of Friday... why do I keep wanting to say Friday the 13th? Nightmare on Elm Street remake, of the second Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Do you guys like the idea? Do you guys hate the idea? And here's the bigger question. Who would you cast as Freddy Krueger in this new film? And what kind of story do you want to see told through it? Those are the two big questions right there. So once again, hope you all enjoyed this. I know this was me just kind of bitching and moaning, but I'm kind of like, I should be used to this by now. I really should. Anyway, once again, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I'm out.